off something that is very uncanny to start off against ONIC Philippines.
So the plan here for ONIC is just, okay, let's just get one more damage dealer so that we can try to pressure out the healing abilities and pressure, well, in general, just the healing that Omega can bring out, which is one of the schools of thought when you're going up against a double support type of lineup. By the way, for Matt, 3 career most picked heroes in the MDL and MPL. Baksha actually is his most picked, so this is his comfort zone right now. And Omega might actually be comfortable with controlling the river, controlling the jungle, if they can really time their rotations right. Matt, Chakno, and Itomax.
And can I just say, those are the 3 heroes that are perfect for the meta right now. So he is really in the best timeline possible.
He knows it.
Oh, man.
Whew.
Look at all those quantum charges, man.
They're ready for fights, man. They're ready for fights, especially with the agilities. But as to the moment, it's going to be Ryzen taking all of that damage, even when he's level 4. So he's going to have to back out as of this point in time. No turtle just yet. Still 20 seconds.
Oh, this could be bad, though. Okay, Escalera gonna be fine. But this is, I guess we're getting a preview of what to expect from the lineup right now from Smart Omega, right? For the most part, it's going to be a lot of speed as well, just because they've got the Raphael there in Chaknu's hands, but also just a lot of sustainability. So for ONIC Philippines, one of the main things, obviously, you have the Deeroth to help you kind of have some of that burst potential, right? Just try to get that kill as soon as possible, but you also have to... Oh, hold on. Super Prince gonna flicker out. Has the level 4 now. There's the Nether Realm. Still gonna be looking for the kill, though. Also, the Hard Guard gonna come through for Matt. They're caught in a bad position. The heavy spin comes down. What? They have faltered here. First blood for Ryzen. Now Escalera making his way too. Doesn't have the wild charge just yet. Won't be able to get it. So, first blood going in the hands of ONIC Philippines.
What seemed to be fishy for ONIC Philippines is now in Omega.
Oh, Etomax in trouble. Escalera grabbing the kill there. So now in a position to fight for this turtle. Gonna get the reset. You gotta wait a little bit longer for it as both teams get in position.
Yeah, a little bit greedy there was Omega, but they also understood the cooldown timers, but ONIC, they punished well. And then finding more kills, they now have a little bit of an advantage here at the turtle.
Okay, Escalera doing what he does with this Grok, trying to give the information, gonna flicker out defensively. Cram now there too. Ow. Goes in with the strike at 2 max. Still gonna be alive for now. Turtle gonna be worked on. Matt rolling around. We've seen him do this before in the Baksha. Drive does it again. Gets the retry off, securing the turtle. Ryzen has to heavy spin out of there. So Omega at least gets the turtle.
Mattzilla. Unfortunately, Ryzen didn't even get his retribution off. It was only Matt, so it wasn't even a retri duel at that point. It was just Matt getting it. Unfortunate for ONIC because they actually handled that entire sequence so well. It really looked like Omega wouldn't be able to contest, but somehow they found an angle. Matt found an angle for himself to retribution the turtle away.
And they got 2 kills before the turtle fight even started. I mean, Ryzen already had 1, so that was the best case scenario for them. At least an extra mini item would be able to help him. But again, Matt and this Baksha are just a match made in heaven. He's done this time and time again.
Oh! What? You just saw how these ultimates just overlap against each other. Escalera going to go in with a wild charge, just trying to save the turret here. But look at this damage already from Kelra. Wow, 1 hit away. I mean, he had the flicker too. I'm surprised he didn't take it, but he's taking the discipline route. Nets now could be in trouble, as he is. Matt grabbing the kill there. The power of that heart guard.
Folks, this is Omega playing macro. The speed of the rotation of the Baksha, empowered by the Angela, empowered by the Rafaela. Omega are firing off in all cylinders. We were questioning their preparation. They look prepared. They want to get revenge against Ryzen for what he said. Oh, another one.
There they go again. Super Prince just using the flicker to be able to get out of that. But you're right, Renmar. This is literally Smart Omega playing in all parts of the lane, getting the major objectives. And this is something that we don't usually see very often, but now Ryzen is going to take that one from the team.
Oh man, this is like, just watching this kind of unfold, you can feel some of the frustration from ONIC Philippines, man. Because they're dealing with so much slow, I mean, even with the Holy Baptism, the knockups, and everything else that they have to deal with, it's a lot this early on, right? Now maybe
Yes.
as the game goes on, it'll be a little bit more favorable in their part, but there's so much relying on how they kind of evolve to that point with this lineup that they have. Look at them. They're just whittled down. Escalera gonna flicker in. Goes in with a wild charge. Etu Max will get taken out by Ryzen. So Etu Max down now. Still gonna be working for it though. Turtle now up for the taking for ONIC Philippines.
Great split decision making, or split second decision coming in from the side of ONIC Philippines to bring one down. They're trying to isolate and zone out everyone to make sure that it's only gonna be Ryzen who takes care of the turtle, or will he, because Matt's looming.
Oh,
They gotta
risky.
stop him. Okay, Ryzen securing it there. Matt and Etu Max, he's got the heart guard. Chaknu here to help him out too. There's so much sustainability. They're gonna go for it. Now Leota making his way for this fight. They're gonna push him off the purple buff. It's gonna make it much harder here. Escalera also wild charges defensively. All this now for the purple buff here. Smart Omega just showing some dominance right now in terms of space to work with.
Rafaela Baksha is already one of the most menacing roam and jungle duos. Add an Angela to it and you are seeing it. Super Friends keeps getting knocked back. ONIC are just constantly responding. Even though they're getting trades, they're getting something from split-second decision making moments, like what Escalera did in the middle to pick off E2 Max. Again, the fact that you have a double support means you have so much room for error, because you can just heal back the damage and regain the position that you lost. But now ONIC are making the right move to pressure Keller up top, because he's been farming freely right now.
Yeah.
They're not letting it as at the moment. So now Keller is going to be pushed back. ONIC gets a little bit more room to move around.
Yeah.
But it's also the same thing for the side of Omega, because they push down bot.
Yeah, you like every time you're looking at ONIC Philippines, they are, you know, there's a couple members that are either half health or less than half health. So the poke potential from Omega right now is quite tough to deal with. But like I said, eventually, especially Nets, he'll be where he needs to be in maybe, you know, a few minutes from now, right? At least on this Irithel. Maybe he needs a little bit more time. Hold on, mid lane, Ryota. Okay. Ooh. One hit away from that turret, but still putting pressure there. They're trying to get it down because it's very important before that first Lord comes up here.
And right now, Omega good positioning around the middle. ONIC, 9 seconds before the Lord spawns. It might, they can contest. It is still very close, but they need to manage the side waves a little bit better. Especially in the AEXP lane, the pressure that Ryota will apply will eventually be felt so much by ONIC. They'll realize, wait, why does our map feel small when it's not that different in terms of the tower control?
Yep.
Yeah. And there's also like the scenario wherein Kelra's not even so afraid to go for those extra ball kicks just because he knows that Etomax and Chaknu are existing by his side, giving him extra mobility and now pressuring the rest of ONIC to secure the Lord.
Ryota doing exactly what he was doing, but now they know here. He gets a turret, but he's going to give up his life. Now the fight for the Lord going to ensue. Chaknu going to flicker around. Ryzen trying to get in position there. He has to heavy spin alongside the Nether Realm, but actually they're going to go for it. Smart Omega going to press the situation. Wild charge comes out. Still going to be working for it. Super Prince will fall. Smart Omega still on the hunt. They get the flick around. Kelra goes back in. That's the Savage we're talking about as he gets the kill.
We're talking about Omega and the key to victory earlier. They love the trade.
Cram looking for that Abysm strike.
done.
Chaknu did fall, but Cram finally goes down as well. And there you go. Just, it's scrappy. Back and forth from both teams.
Yo, there's so many things happening.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that ONIC is actually matching this pace that Omega is bringing to the table. They're not playing overtly defensive. They're trying to find counter-punish situations. They know they're up against a double sustain lineup, so instead of trying to reposition by waiting, no, they're actually taking it to Omega, and with ability-reliant compositions on the side of Omega, ult-reliant compositions as well, that's a good way to take it to them, and ONIC are playing this well, even though it's tough for them right now. In terms of the items, still very neck and neck. Is Nets respectively. Dreadnought armor, though, a slight advantage for Matt in terms of the gold. Just a very slight.
Yeah, I think it's heavy. ONIC Philippines is heavily reliant on Kram at this point, having 4 assists, because he does deal out true damage, especially without the Abysm Strike. And considering there are so many healing capabilities or abilities coming in from Smart Omega, you need to have that one shot. Ironically, it's ONIC that needs the one shot, just so they could stop the healing from the side of Smart Omega.
Yeah, and their shot right now is actually Rush the Lord. Oh my.
They're going to go for it here. Matt, though, is around the corner. Ryzen going to secure the Lord. Can they stay alive here? That's the main point. Escalera going to use that Guardian's Barrier, giving himself and the team a time to get out of here. Ryota and the rest of the team will get that tier 1 down, but great play from ONIC Philippines to just push that Lord.
Oh, this is a very close fight, but again, a wonderful takedown coming in from ONIC Philippines with that Lord.
A great read of the situation, realizing that, hey, wait, we see them in the map. Matt doesn't look like he's anywhere nearby, although he was able to get there just in time.
So close.
It was a 50-50, so close, but it was still a good call by ONIC. Kind of risky, but it worked out for them in the end. Omega countered that by pushing them back. Oh, the mid! They gotta watch out for the damage of Nets. Nets is online.
That's what I like to call the big dam. That's where Nets is now. So right now, with this Lord push, they're going to be able to get a couple turrets from this, and now ONIC Philippines. This is probably the first time in this game so far, almost 12 minutes in, where they feel like they could move around the map.
Yeah, and they've also established like a 1.3k gold lead that could help them later on.
Oh, he stopped the recall!
And Ryota's been found out, so instead he's just gonna go for the punch on the turret, but he's gonna go down in this one. Nets was given the kill, so that boosts up the extra items even more.
Yeah. And you see here the power of, again, we'll call it back to a lineup that we saw, or the first time we saw this lineup in MPL Philippines Season 10. Having the Irithel and the D-Roth together, you pair up two heroes and have a lot of physical defense and armor reduction abilities.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why the damage is felt by Omega. Yes, they're being able to heal through it, but they're just constantly having their physical defenses reduced by the D-Roth, by the Irithel, and then the items that they have as well on the side of ONIC-PH. So this is a different approach, or one of the approaches that you can do, a very specific one in terms of countering the double healing type of lineup. And right now, ONIC are playing it well.
Especially now, given this case scenario with 9.7k in terms of gold, it's Nets that's been very vital in making sure the rest of ONIC is going to dish out a ton of damage. But as we speak, Smart Omega is still going to be a threat, especially with Kelra. All flickers available for the dudes, and the damage. It's Kelra, and it has always been Super Fritz. It's surprising that even with supports and non-nuke mages and heroes, he's still doing this best to get it out there, dish out some damage as soon as possible.
Yeah, Escalera has been doing a great job too, on this Grok, able to provide a lot of vision. He's gone for, I feel like, even a couple Hail Marys in terms of the wild charges he's been placing with the flicker and everything, but that's kind of what ONIC Philippines needs if they want to secure themselves a better position in that playoffs, or a spot in the playoffs. They kind of have to take some risk here, and I feel like Escalera so far, he's been doing a great job on the Grok.
Going back to the draft index earlier, Omega's early to mid. Escalera's Grok had a bit of difficulty alongside Super Friends in controlling that, because that is Omega's timer, and that's why they were rushing and trading often, because they knew they wanted to play fast and this quickly. But now we are leaning towards ONIC's power spike timers, especially since Nets already has the Malefic Roar, and Omega, I believe Kelra is still on the way to building it. Not fully built just yet is the Bruno of Omega.
Yep, it's like a 4v5 situation now, because you don't want Etomax to be as close as possible to the team fight. You want that Heart Guard to strive to look for the best case or the best moment or hero possible, but now Escalera's looking for Matt, and Matt needs to find a way to secure the sword.
Okay, they're going to fight for this once again. Pressing to go on the Lord. Ryzen going to secure it. They're going to go for the team fight as well. Heavy spin defensively out. They know the hard card. They got to pull back for now. Flicker goes in. Kelra's there with the team. Super Prince falls. Smart Omega now going into the jungle here. They got to deal with the waves though. Mid lane being pushed in. That's one in. He's going to be fine at Kelra though on that hunt.
That was a close call, but again, ONIC getting the Lord, but Omega making sure that everybody or some people go down.
Yeah, of course, unexpected trade that you would do. You lose the objective, you push your opponents back, try to get a kill or two, and Omega got two. We have to commend Ryzen's retribution game right now. After the first turtle won by Omega and Matt being able to take it, Ryzen was just like, no, you're not going to do that again. And he's just been winning everything right now for ONIC. That's one of the main reasons why ONIC has this lead, because Ryzen has been winning those retry duels. Concealed by Escalera.
Seal coming through. There's the wild charge. Gonna find Ryota though. Into the backside they go. Ryzen popping that heavy spin. Their plan was to get the turret.
Oh, they're
they couldn't
going.
get it. Now we'll see if they can pull back. Hard guard gonna be on Kelra once again. Immortality from Cram gonna be popped. Gonna probably go for the stun. He flickers out, but Kelra gets the kill. Now it's Ryzen on the run. Make it a double. Still gonna be on the hunt. Kelra pulls back.
Oh, look at Escalera.
The base is pushed in. They have to deal with it.
Base is exposed. Middle lane turret destroyed. But Kelra's looking for blood.
Wow, Omega, even though they're getting the kills and they're doing it from the position of the counter, it seems like they can't get the definitive win. And ONIC, you have to commend how they're playing it. Every time they're getting caught out, they would start something, but then Omega has a strong counter, re-engage. But ONIC, they stop the trading there. Instead of saying, oh, let's continue the fight, let's back off. Escalera, beautiful play, entry with the conceal, with the wild charge. And you see there just the scramble under the turret, and this is what we were saying. ONIC, they were trying to be patient, just checking the positioning, the abilities. Net was trying to stay as far back. Super Friends and Escalera was there to cover, and it was a good call for them to go, because if they decided to fight, Omega would have found way more. But right now, with only one inhibitor turret remaining for Omega, this is going to be a tough hill to climb. ONIC can play this a little bit more comfortably, but he shouldn't get too comfortable.
Oh no, see Howard has already been secured by Nets though, so it's going to be a problem later on the matchup, especially when you want to go up against Matt that is currently 1, 2, and 6.
Yeah.
And we don't usually see that kind of Matt very often, right? That he loses those retribution things, especially when it gets the position. That's like the worst part, where you are in a prime position to be able to take turtles or lords, but again, you don't get it.
Yeah, but that's the opposite. That's another aspect of what we were talking about earlier as well. Sometimes Matt wins the Retridual, sometimes he will lose majority of them, but then he might even just win the most crucial one.
Yeah.
So that's something ONIC needs to respect. Great itemization changes here by Kelra. He had the Windtalker, he swapped that in, bought the Great Dragon Spear after he was able to full build the Malefic Roar, and now he sold his boots and now Windtalker, so he's full damage. Meanwhile, the Irithel, full damage, save for one Rose Gold Meteor to absorb a little bit more and get a little bit more shielding because of the magic damage dished out by the Angela and by the Rafaela.
Yeah, I think you don't need to worry about buying boots anymore if you're Kelra, just because you have the Rafaela on your side. It's going to give you a little bit more in terms of movement speed.
Yes.
But one thing they need to worry about, the Lord. Half health.
Oh, ONIC Philippines once again going to be pushing this one as soon as they're ready. Got to keep an eye also. Escalera has been doing it time and time again on this Grok. Right now, though, everybody just trying to feel out the situation here.
Yeah, they're just waiting as of the moment, trying to figure out when they can exactly go in. No hard guards set, but they're rushing in.
Concealed play going to come through. Wild charge there.
Oh,
Ryzen securing the Lord again. In a very simple call in play, securing the Lord.
Great call there. It really looked like that was Escalera just taking the reins and saying, I'm going to conceal, I'm going to stun Matt. When we stun him, that's when we rush to the Lord, and then we'll get it without a problem. It was simple what ONIC did there.
Yeah, and now we start to understand why they picked up this Grok so early. There's so much comfort and IQ play coming in from Escalera to just make sure to isolate Matt, keep him out of the range to be able to use the Retribution, and then from there, keep ONIC in the lead. 2 inhibitors are already down.
Yep.
The Lord already marching up middle. Sentry is going to be used by the side of Smart Omega to locate the other members of ONIC who are now holding a 5k gold lead. They look to finish this game.
ONIC Philippines marching in here with this Lord. Could possibly end it as well if it goes in their favor. Ryzen going to go ahead, heavy spin, but it's Matt. They can't catch him just yet. Nets though can.
Oh!
He's on that Tiger, goes for it, gets the kill. So they're down one member here. ONIC Philippines looking to cap out the game with the wave push. Can they hold them back? They just focus on the crystal, but Nets is gone.
Oh!
Goes for it. Cram, last ditch effort. Can't get it though. Immortality. Kelra gets that one. And it's a bad news bears for ONIC Philippines.
Oh, excited to end the game. Their minion waves, Omega, they had to go around the base. There was a great wall coming in from the Grok, but then they just drowned all their abilities onto the minion waves to clear it quickly. And then Omega, Kelra is deathless, 8-0 and 3. We're also starting to feel here the damage of the Angela. Itomax is building a damaged Jella. That's an Ice Queen
man.
on. That's a Divine Glaive that he has on him.
This is
Damaged
like
Jella.
yeah, this is like an Angela, but
Again, that was very endable for ONIC. The thing is, they were a little bit too excited.
yeah, it could have been a methodical approach coming in from
Yeah.
ONIC Philippines to just wait for the others to finally exhaust it all, cause Matt was out. Matt was gone out of the fight, but ONIC Philippines, they bit off more than they can chew, and now it's Kelra that leads in the damage department. He has also mastered the art of positioning. Try to force her way, pop off the Wind of Nature, and then unleash hell on the side of ONIC Philippines, who are still leading in terms of gold, but we are reaching the point where the gold lead doesn't even matter anymore.
You also have to commend Chaknu. Even though he's an Angela, he can still set that Flicker Holy Baptism. It came up big in the defense. It might come in big here. He has it back. Ultimates are back online for both teams.
Gonna go for it here, Ryzen. Can he pull this one off, or can Matt? Matt does it! Gets the Lord here. Now they gotta disengage. But ONIC Philippines want to fight it out. They trapped everyone in a position, and Nets is just unleashing with the Nether Realm.
Kelra's down.
2 down here. Kelra's gone. No more damage for Omega. Can they keep it together? Ryota pushing down the mid. Now ONIC Philippines marching in with the wave. It's Chaknu at 2 max versus 4. Ryota makes it back, but he's a little bit too late. ONIC Philippines turns it around. They're still going. Immortality going to be popped. The minion's finally gone, and that's the crystal. ONIC Philippines takes game number 1.
We may not do it a first time, but we're sure as gonna do it here the second time around. And this winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. ONIC takes